If you live in Pennsylvania and are a registered voter, you may have already received a call like this one.
Hello, I'm calling for John McCain and the RNC because you need to know that Barack Obama has worked closely with domestic terrorist Bill Ayers, whose organization bombed the U.S. Capitol, the Pentagon, a judge's home, and killed Americans. And Democrats will enact an extreme leftist agenda if they take control of Washington. Barack Obama and his Democratic allies lack the judgment to lead our country. This call was paid for by McCain-Palin 2008 and the Republican National Committee at 202-863-8500.
It's a robocall, an automated message distributed to thousands in a matter of minutes and potentially millions within a matter of days. In the past few weeks, calls like that one have blanketed swing states. And while both parties and both presidential campaigns engage in robocalling, the vast majority this election cycle are coming from the McCain campaign and the Republican National Committee. Ads like the one you just heard, which was left on an answering machine in western Pennsylvania, are part of a comeback strategy McCain is plotting that starts in the Keystone State.
Western Pennsylvania is the most patriotic, most God-loving, most patriotic part of America, and this is a great part of the country. My friends, I could not disagree with those critics more. This is a great part of America. This is the heartland of America. This is where people love their country and they serve it.
Why robocalls instead of something more conventional, like blanketing Pennsylvania, Ohio, and Florida with TV ads or even direct mail flyers? Sean Dakin, founder of the National Political Do Not Call Registry and an anti-robocall activist, told WPRB in a recent interview that cost might be a factor.
What has changed is the dramatic fall in the cost. I recently talked to a robocall vendor. He was charging between 20 and 60 cents per call in 2004. In this election cycle, you can get robocalls as cheap as a quarter of a cent, with an average probably around 2 to 4 cents a call. What's happened over the last couple of weeks, of course, is McCain has gone to the robocall way, and really he's doing that because he doesn't have any money.
You might be wondering who makes the calls. Take the one about Bill Ayers that made its way to a western Pennsylvania answering machine. WPRB has learned that a number tied to a company specializing in robocalls, named Cardinal Communication Strategies, LLC, based in Sacramento, California, was used to place that call. We were also able to find multiple accounts of calls being placed by Cardinal Communication Strategies from that same number earlier this year, around the same time the McCain campaign paid the company over $650,000 for undisclosed services during the Republican primaries, according to campaign filings with the Federal Elections Commission. $650,000 could, in theory, yield a high volume of robocalls, says Dakin.
That's a lot of robocalls, and they did make a lot. Robocalls are the number one form of direct campaign communication, surpassing direct mail in this particular election cycle. It's a heck of a lot cheaper, and it's a heck of a lot more efficient.
Tom Ross, who works for Cardinal Communication Strategies, said just about as much this August when he told a reporter for the San Francisco Chronicle that the economics of political campaigning show why the calls aren't going away. WPRB contacted several members of Cardinal's management via email, including Mr. Ross. We've yet to hear back. While the company's website no longer functions, an archived version of the site shows senior staffers have deep ties to the Republican National Committee, with one of the principals leaving the RNC to work for Cardinal Communication Strategies after the 2006 elections, and then returning to the RNC this year to work as the National Director of Surrogate Operations. If Cardinal Communication Strategies is on the front lines of McCain's robocall efforts in Pennsylvania and other battleground states, it might seem surprising that this is their first presidential campaign, and that all the previous campaign work we were able to document has been in local and statewide races. Not so, says Dakin.
You can record a call over the phone. You can upload that on the internet. You can upload your database of phone numbers, again, all over the internet. You can test it, and then you can press a button, and you can send out hundreds of thousands of phone calls for not a lot of money.
And since we first began working on this report, the robocalling has only gotten worse, reaching at least 15 states and taking on a life of its own. There have even been robocalls from the Obama campaign complaining about McCain's use of robocalls. So chances are, if you haven't been called yet, you're next in line. For WPRB News, I'm Sebastian Jones. If you live in Pennsylvania and you've received a robocall, we'd like to hear about it. You can send us information at tips@wprb.com.